Hello, everybody. I'm back pretty quick this time, just with a really quick video, just my view on the Jay Z Target situation. And the last video I had, I wrote some things out, and that went pretty well to keep me on track. So I did that again, and so I'm going to be using that. I probably will do that. It's nice to because when my thoughts come, I'm away from here and I'm busy doing other things, so I jot it down and then I can just pull it back up. Hello and welcome. My name is Donna. I'm a therapist. This is my channel, A Therapist View. Doesn't mean I'm going to be always doing psychoeducation. It's just about the things that kind of go on in my head. And being a therapist does impact, I think, the way that I think. Well, I think the way that I think has impacted me being a therapist. And so I just call this therapist view a therapist view because I'm a therapist and this is my view. Um, Not really doing like clinical or psychoeducation. It really is just the meandering of my mind as a therapist. So I'll just kind of get right into it because I want this to be brief. I have 5 points that I kind of wanted to make. The first thing that I want to say is I love Maya Angelou's quote: when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And I think nothing could be truer than um, Jay Z. Um, I personally have zero ill will towards Jay Z with this Target merger for his first album being released exclusively to Target. This does not, to me, feel out of character in any way. I don't have any ill will because I am not viewing myself as Jay Z's community or a part of Jay Z's people. I am not. Um, so let me just um, kind of tell you why I don't. I think everybody is saying he has sold out the black community or his community. Um, I just don't see it that way. I never, when I was coming of age during the epidemic, I knew a lot of drug dealers, and I just never considered them a part of my community. And I think we need to remember that Jay Z, and I think he grew up in the Marcy Projects, or I think that was the name of it. But Jay Z was a drug dealer in the Marcy Projects, where he was selling drugs to black people in his community. Um, I did not consider drug dealers selling drugs to black people in that community, a part of that community. I don't think the drug dealers selling drugs saw themselves as part of that community. Um, this is all speculation on my part about Jay Z, but watching the trajectory of Jay Z's career, I don't think that Jay Z saw himself as a part of that community, and he didn't see himself as representative of black people. He was part of the group of people that were decimating black communities by selling drugs in those communities. He saw black people as marks, as ways to line his own pockets then, to make his life better then, right? So that is how we first know him, by his own admission, that he was, I guess you guys are calling it selling out his community, but he was literally selling drugs to black people in the community where he lived, right? As a means to further himself, further his career, further whatever it was. So I don't, right? I don't see him as doing anything different as a rich man than what he was doing when he was probably richer than most of the, well, not probably, richer than most of the people in the community that he was selling drugs to. So that's my point number one is, yeah, he aided in the crack epidemic decimating the black community that he lived in. I won't say a part of, but lived in. And you notice, I don't say these are his people. You do not see people as yourself if you're selling them drugs that will destroy them, right? Yes, people have choice, power of choice, whether they buy those drugs or not. But that's those people. We're talking about your responsibility. I remember asking several drug dealers, why are you selling drugs here? Like, why are you selling drugs to other black people, right? And the answer always was, if I don't do it, someone else will. And they were not willing to let that someone else do it. And nor was Jay-Z, okay? So I'm not at all surprised that right now, um, he maybe has changed the location, um, but and the product, but he hasn't changed the people, right? It is still the black community that has lined his pockets and allowed him to move amongst his community and his people. So his community and his people, they are not us, right? His community and his people are rich and powerful men, which typically ends up being white men. That is who he sees as his community, and that is where his loyalty lies. Okay, so that's number two. Um, oh, I like this part. So I said, anyone looking to him or his ilk as community lost the plot a long time ago. He used those black people in in the neighborhood that he was living in to line his pockets, to make him rich off of whatever means necessary, and he is doing that now. The NFL thing, there was a way to use the black community to make a buck. The black community, not his community, the black community to make a buck. He did that, and he's doing it now. The black community has said collectively that we are not going to target. I said they because I recently went back twice after the boycott. I had been boycotting for the whole year up until probably last month, and then they came with that America First stuff during Pride. So I'm done with them. But anyway, I digress. But the black people as a community decided to boycott Target. And I don't know the behind the scenes because none of us do, but what we do know that is face forward is that he has said if black people want this, uh, 30th edition, I don't know. I never bought a Jay-Z album in my life, but not to say I didn't like some of his music, never bought a Jay-Z album in my life. Um, but if you want this album, black people, you will buy it from the people that you are boycotting, right? Now, anybody who believes anywhere in them that that person feels a part of that community, you have absolutely lost the plot. You are not Jay-Z's community. You are not Jay-Z's people, black people. He did not sell you out. He was never in, never in. He did not sell you out. You are not a part of his community. So let me see what else I said. Oh, I said he has, in his success, been very clear by his actions that black people are not his people or his community. Said that already. The rich, the powerful, those are his people. Those are his community. It is not you. It was never you. Do not be upset. Do not feel betrayed. Do not feel, you can feel however you want to feel. Let me not say don't do that. What I would say is you were never a part of his community. Black people, he was never aligning with black people. He has been using black people to line his pockets and to advance himself to a place of power and privilege so that he did not have to be amongst the folk that he never aligned with in the first place. So, I would say for me, I feel no ways tired about him uh, setting that album up, and the only way you can get it through Target. It's hilarious, hilarious that he's saying, Negroes, you will be going to Target if you want this album. I personally don't want it. Like I said, I ain't never bought a Jay-Z album, ain't about to start now, but I think it is absolutely hilarious that this is when you decide to show your face, is to say if you want this album, go to Target and get it, even though you're boycotting. So I am not disappointed in Jay-Z. I do not feel slighted by being betrayed by him, because I was never a part of Jay-Z's community, and Jay-Z never saw me as his people. Okay? Did not. Okay? Have another video that I'm going to do, and I'll just preamble it here just because this ties in. This is what I would say to anybody around this situation that I think is utterly, utterly hilarious. Just how little, support people with your attention, your time, your clicks, your views, and your money. And if people do not align with your value or belief system, show that lack of alignment in what you give your attention to, what you give your time to, what you give your clicks and views to, and what you give your money to. Because so many people think they are self-made, and every single time they want you to buy something, they're asking for your help. Every single time they're asking you to listen to something, they are asking for your help. So there are no people out here who are absolved of asking for help, right? The help may look different, but if we don't buy your makeup, if we don't buy your albums, if we don't buy your BS, you don't have anything. And so for me, when I see you asking or setting something up to be bought, you asking for help. So how dare someone say, don't ask them for help once they have gotten your help to get where they are. That's about a whole different thing, and I'll talk about that. That was out a while ago. I'm late on all this stuff. I'll get to it when I'll get to it. But this is what I just want to leave and say this. Jay-Z has not betrayed anybody, because Jay-Z never was a part of this community of Black people. Jay-Z was stepping on, using, selling out Black people from the time he was able to make a buck. So that's why I say, when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Because a lot of times what happens there's a drug dealer mentality, and a lot of times they take that to them into their rich and powerful positions. We marks. You don't need that money. It's the prestige and the position and the proximity to his community, the rich and powerful white man. So I ain't disappointed. I don't feel any kind of way about him putting that album in Target. Matter of fact, if he had put it anywhere, I wouldn't have bought it. So it don't matter to me. And I don't dislike or like Jay-Z. I'm just saying this is what it is. I wouldn't go buy that. I don't care where he put it. Yeah. Okay, y'all. That's all I got to say. Bye.